this lower level here, this area they're in. So all the lights are pointing backwards, and it's pointing to this.
Good morning, everybody. Oh, this is a new city. I know there's more energy in the room. Good morning, everybody. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. I am Shania Chavis Rucker, anchor for FGTV, Fulton Government Television, and it is indeed my pleasure to preside over the 2017 inaugural swearing-in ceremony for the City of South Fulton Mayor and City Council. That this is in fact an historic day and an important day, and I have been tasked with keeping the program on time so that the new mayor and council can get to the business of the people of this new city. So let's get started. Is that all right? Let's get started. To bring our official welcome, it is the Banneker High School principal who graciously agreed to host this event today, Dr. Duke Bradley III. Where are you, Dr. Duke?
Good morning. Before I bring my words of welcome, I'd like to take a moment to recognize the children. If you are a student of a South Fulton elementary, middle, or high school, I would like for you to stand. Members of the Banneker High School are on to seat. Please join me in giving these young people a round of applause. As was mentioned, my name is Duke Bradley, principal here at Banneker, and I bring you greetings on behalf of our 1,500 students, our 192 faculty and staff, and in consideration of our 27 years of rich heritage and tradition. It is our pleasure to host this historic inauguration for the mayor of the City of South Fulton and this esteemed council. It is ironic, I believe, that this inauguration is being held at a school. I say so because with all of the promise and hope that we have for the City of South Fulton, it will not be realized unless we have great schools that produce exemplary students who are equipped with the skills and the intellect to be productive citizens and to be competitive in the workplace. So our work each and every day has been about making Banneker High School a top-flight institution for learning. And toward that goal, we are well on our way. Recently, Banneker was awarded a $5.4 million federal school improvement grant. You can clap if you like. These monies to comprehensively transform our academic programming to make certain that our students can meet the demands of the 21st century. We will be adding new career pathways to align with workforce demands of South Fulton County, focusing on careers like computer science, manufacturing, information technology, and nursing. Our work with the Atlanta Regional Commission, the South Fulton Chamber of Commerce, and leadership from the Atlanta Aerotropolis have informed our focus. So as a consequence, my vision for Banneker is to become a part of the revitalization efforts underway in our community, producing students who are equipped to respond to its social and economic demands. To me, that's the kind of innovation that will allow us to be a leader in broad-scale community change and not just school reform. But I must say that it begins with having a first-rate facility. There is no doubt that we have one of the finest buildings in all of Metro Atlanta. Our campus of nearly 340,000 square feet, classrooms with first-rate technology and an impressive array of athletic fields, and of course, the awesome auditorium that we're sitting in now. All of this is complemented by some of the hardest working, most dedicated teachers I have ever seen. We certainly have the makings of restoring Banneker to its original promise, and with the help of everyone in this room, we will certainly make that happen. Our motto at Banneker this year is, it's a new day. If you picked up the phone and called, that's what you hear. If you spoke with a student, that's what they tell you. If you asked a staff member, they'd say, you better believe it. It is in fact a new day at Banneker High School, and we are privileged to welcome you into our school community. More importantly, we are grateful to play host to this wonderful historic occasion. So again, thank you for being with us this morning, and I look forward to having you with us again. Welcome to Benjamin Banneker High School and to the first historic inauguration of the mayor and council of the city of South Fulton. Welcome to Benjamin.
Thank you very much, Dr. Bradley. I would also like to thank the school board president, Linda. Brian, thank you so much for availing. Thank you so much for allowing us to be here today. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for us to welcome the Banneker High School Junior ROTC, who will present the colors, which will be followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand and remain standing until the colors are posted. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this time, Pastor Warren L. Henry, Sr. from the Kingdom of God International Ministry and longtime advocate for the new city of South Fulton, will come with this morning's invocation and a special moment of silence.
As we stand this moment, just like to take just a moment to bow our heads for a silent prayer for our 4 children whose lives have been celebrated throughout the city. To the mayor and council of families and their love, and thank you for all that you've done, even to this point. We light this torch. Light the candle on behalf of Isaiah Gregory, age 15. that on today, beginning at 11 o'clock, they'll begin to celebrate his homegoing celebration. Cameron Jones, age 16. Funeral services began today at 10 o'clock. Kieri Lopez, age 14. Octavius Rose, age 16. Let us bow our heads. Let us pray. Oh God, we woke up this morning with our minds focused on the city of South Fulton. A city that has been destined from the beginning, but has now come a manifestation of our reality. Dear God, it has not been an easy road, but whenever it appeared that we lost, you gave us another chance. Whenever it appeared that we were divided, you, oh God, united us once again. When we fought together or at times against each other, you, oh God, you brought us back to you just to remind us that all successful movements that are designed to effect the quality of life for your people must always begin and end with you. You, oh God, would draw us back to the church and remind us of your presence. You stayed on the consciousness of our leaders, our elected officials, our citizens who sought your guidance. For that, oh God, we are grateful. When we all thought that the bill was dead, oh God, you gave it a name. Lazarus, come forth. Lazarus got up, and today Lazarus is living. And today we pray for the Lazarus result. For every time the community looked at Lazarus after resurrection, they never saw Lazarus, but the Jesus who raised Lazarus. Lazarus' life was a testimony of the power and the goodness and the grace and the almightiness of all Jesus, Almighty God. Today we become that same testimony for every citizen. Today we become that same testimony for every city. Today, oh God, we become that same testimony for every nation and every generation to come. That as they look upon this city, they will see a hand that is stretched out and lifted it up before all people to remind us that we are the testimony of the Most High God. Even in the election of our elected officials, God, you showed up and your presence is there. 7 council members. 7 is the biblical number for completion. You're just trying to tell us that it's done, that it's finished. It's finished for now, but the work now began. Then, oh God, you added the mayor, which makes 7 plus 1, 8. And number 8 means a new beginning. Oh God, we thank you for the newness of the city. We thank you for the blood, the tears, and everything we've done to get to this part. But right now, oh God, we ask that you pour your true Shabbat, your spiritual divine wisdom upon this council, so that everything they say and everything they do will remind them that it's never about them, but oh God, it's about you. And as long as we keep you in front, this city will be the city that the world will look at to see you. This we pray. This we give thanks. In the precious and in the mighty name of Jesus. Let all those who struggle and believe say amen, amen, and glory, hallelujah.
You may be seated. Can you tell what kind of morning it's going to be? We'd like to now introduce to you some very dedicated servants who have been working on behalf of the governor on the transition for this new city. They are the Governor's Commission on the City of South Fulton. Please welcome Chair Camilla Moore and members, the Honorable State Representative Roger Bruce, the Honorable Senator Donzella James, Mr. Josh Belafonte, Esquire, and Mr. Kevin Grimes. They will each come with brief comments as they present the passing of the leadership torch.
I tell my sons I would not get emotional, but it's hard. This has been a labor of love for me. And God says there's a point in time and an appointed season. And it was my time and my season to serve my community. I thank God for the opportunity that I live to see this day. We've been working hard for such a long time. And there were those who said that we wouldn't make it, but we made it. And we're here today. And I want to thank each and every one of you for the more than 5,000 volunteers who worked to make it happen so that we can sit here today. For the volunteers who worked after the referendum so that we could be successful today. For my two sidekicks, y'all know who they are. Rodney and JC, I want to thank you. Anyone who worked on the resolution passage for the last 11 years, would you stand up, please? I think people just need to see you. If you're here, please. Team, it's been a pleasure. We've come to love, we've come to like, we've come to dislike each other, but we made it through. So I want to thank them for giving me the opportunity to be their chairman. For the new elected officials, I want to thank you for allowing me to train you for the last 8 days. They probably don't really like me. They probably like me today. And thank you for tolerating me and the transition team as we grilled them for the last 8 days. They got elected on Tuesday, they went to school on Wednesday. They only had 1 day off, that was Sunday. And so I think you will receive the results today. So my parting words are these for you. Comes from Numbers 6:22. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord turn his face towards you and give you peace, so that he would put his name on you and on the city of South Fulton, so that you may be blessed. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I like her, I was prepared to say all kinds of wonderful things, and they told me I had to keep it short. For me, as the author of the bill that allowed for the referendum, this is like giving birth, I guess. I mean, I never gave birth. But I have to imagine that this is kind of how it feels. When I woke up this morning, I say, no, it doesn't hurt as much. Yes, it does. When I woke up this morning, I kept saying to myself, this is going to be a historic day. This is going to be a day that our children and our grandchildren will think back on and say our parents and our grandparents started the city of South Fulton. And this is going to be something that they will be able to talk about. They'll be able to use as an example of how when people put their heads together and have a vision together and decide to work together and put aside all of those things, the race, the party, the gender, sexual orientation, put all of that stuff to the side and say we have a greater common cause. And we're going to work to make that happen. That's what happened here. What happened was an example of our democratic process that allows people to say, I have a vision. Go to the elected officials with that vision. Raise the money to be able to educate people about that vision. and then bring people together to make it happen. I am so excited and proud of my colleagues. I'm proud of you as our citizens. You went out and you educated. There were thousands of meetings that took place throughout this community where people were talking to each other. That doesn't happen all the time. Everywhere I went, in the grocery stores, at the library, wherever you were, somebody was talking about the city of South Fulton, which means they were talking about you. So I'm very proud to be part of this. I thank my colleague from the Senate. Once we got the bill out of the House, she had to get it out of the Senate. Then it was a task. But it was a classic example of working across the aisle. The Democrats, the Republicans, everybody worked to make this happen. And I'm very proud of it. To the newly elected officials for our city, I challenge you to carry on what this community has started. And some of you were part of that as well. We started a process that says we are going to work together. We're going to show the world that says that we don't know how to come together and work together. We're going to show them that we do. And we're going to create something with this city of South Fulton that we will look back on for years to come with pride and honor and respect for all that was involved. May God bless you, and may God bless the city of South Fulton.
How's everybody doing this morning? So before I get started, I want to thank my wife. For 4 years, she's been sacrificed and making commitments so I can continue to do this. My son Ethan's only 3 years old. I just want to thank her for literally breathing life into him and breathing life into our family. So I thank you for all this. I do too think it's kind of poetic that this event is at school, because there's a certain way I want to raise my son. If 5 kids are bullied with 1 kid and my son sees it, I want to raise him to jump in there and do something. Now granted, those 5 kids might be big, might beat him up, but at least scream and do something to make it stop, And the way these kids are these days, when I give him that speech, he's going to look me right in the eyes and say, "Hey, Dad, is that what you would do?" And up until a certain point, I might have been no, right? But when the city bill was kind of moving around, I did see people kind of being moved. I saw people who were giving bad information about going into annexation. I saw people who were giving false information about whether this city could actually survive, whether we had the finances to stand on our own 2 feet. And I know it's hate when I say it, but I'm the nerd that actually read the feasibility study and saw how much profitability and how viable the city could be. And I sat there and said, somebody ought to say something, somebody ought to work hard to kind of at least level the playing field. And I kept looking around that somebody should have been me. And so I looked at my son and I stood up and wanted to do something about it. So I wanted to make sure that people knew this city could be viable. And I wanted the people who wanted a chance to vote and all the yes voters to have somebody out there supporting them and getting the word out. And I wanted to do it in a way where I wasn't being a bully myself and respecting the people who had a right to say no. And I think we did that. Well, I'm proud to report that this city is strong. This city is going to start with money, it's going to finish with money. And we have 8 great leaders who I think are going to carry the vision of this city and make the city great. So what I would say to all the citizens is that a charter is really just a piece of paper. It doesn't make the city beautiful. There's a bunch of islands that are beautiful and uninhabited, and it really doesn't matter because we don't know them. What makes the city great and what makes the city beautiful is the people that occupy that city. And so my charge to all of you is, if you see something wrong in this city, do something about it. Don't be the kind of citizens that say somebody ought to, somebody ought to. I can make that statement because I was that hypocrite, but I am no longer. I'm asking you to no longer be that way. And also, if you see a way to make the city great, you now have 8 people that live in your community that you can reach out to and share your ideas. So again, my charge to you is don't let this be an act or a charter. Make it be a great city because the citizens are great citizens. Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning. This is the day that the Lord hath made. So let us rejoice in the Lord. Amen. I first have to dedicate all of my hard work and time in getting here today to my late husband, Elmo James, who wanted the city of South Fulton. And he went to so many meetings, he burned the midnight oil, trying to figure out what we could do to take destiny into our own hands. And he didn't make it on earth to see it, but I know he's smiling in heaven right now. As many of you know, I'm Senator Donzella James. And I'm very honored and proud to be a citizen in the new city of South Fulton. We did work very hard in the legislature, and I have the battle scars to prove it. It was not easy, as my colleague who authored the bill, HB 514, Roger Bruce, has already stated. I couldn't be, I can't even read this, I don't have my glasses on. But your local and state delegation has worked tirelessly over the last several years in order to see this day become a reality. And I couldn't be more excited to be here today to witness the first official day of South Fulton's operation, and to celebrate those who made it possible. And I think that many of you need to give yourselves a hand because you did work hard to get here. Oh, you voted for this new city. What we have here today is a shining example of citizens controlling their own future, their destiny. So after years of votes, debates, and a referendum, the will of the people has finally come to fruition. The city of South Fulton is finally a reality, and it would not have been possible without the encouragement and support of South Fulton's new residents. This is only the first day of the life in the city of South Fulton, and our work has only just begun. But we have a team of competent leaders on our city council and our mayor, and you'll see from them very soon. They're outstanding. So, I would like to just leave a few things with you, City Council, because I feel like this new city is in the best hands possible. The Bible tells us that in Psalms 127 and 1, unless the Lord builds the house, they labor in vain to build it. Unless the Lord guards the city, the watchman keeps awake in vain. This city is now the responsibility of all of you and the citizens that you represent. While it may be blessed by the Lord, and it had to be for us to even be here today because they said it wouldn't be done, but God said yes. And while we are blessed by the Lord, it is up to you, City Council and Mayor,
and all of you who are here today to keep watch over this new city of South Fulton and endure its prosperity for years to come. Once again, I want to thank all of you for working so hard and for letting our Transition Commission work hard for you so that we could inform our city council persons of many of the things that they need to learn in order to make this city strong. And guess what? It's going to be strong. And not just the best city in Fulton County, but the best city in the state of Georgia, and maybe even the United States. I would also like, once again, to thank the outstanding leadership team that will be tasked with guiding our new city to a prosperous future. And I would like to offer them my assistance on any issue. But most of all, I'd like to thank the transition team. This commission that was appointed by Governor Deal has worked very hard. And as many of you know, I ended up with pneumonia and lung surgery all while I was on this commission. But even in the hospital, I got on the phone during all of the meetings, and my team made sure that I had input and I was a part of the transition team. So thank you, professional, wonderful people, especially our chairperson of this team, Ms. Camilla Moore. Please give her a hand. Anointed, appointed, accepted, and approved. And you did not just go the extra mile. You went the extra 100 miles, 1,000 miles, just like the rest of the team when we needed to do it. So I know the city council already knows that this is not going to be easy. They have given some blood, sweat, and tears already in training. So again, you in good hands. I'm always here for you too, your state senator. It's just an honor and privilege to serve you. And I'm so proud of this new city and the thousands of you who now call it home. So let me sit down, enjoy everything, and enjoy being a citizen of the city of South Fulton. God bless you all.
Representing folks interested in the incorporation efforts as we tried to maintain the borders of the potential city at that time. It was a true privilege to be standing outside the Senate when the bill passed and watching the excitement. It was just infectious. It was like the biggest bill in the entire General Assembly had gone through. And then even fast forward a little more to protect the city's borders, first in the Superior Court of Fulton County, and then more recently in the Supreme Court of Georgia. It has been an absolute honor and a privilege. It has been seconded only by serving with these members of the Governor's Commission on the city of South Fulton. I'm excited for the city. I know you're going to be in tremendous hands with your mayor and council. These are extraordinarily intelligent and dedicated people, and I'm excited to see it go through. Congratulations and thank you for all your support.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the time has come. But before, it's exciting, but before we get started, a couple of things. Will you please do me a favor and silence your cell phones? I meant to ask you to do that at the beginning. You can please silence your cell phone. Governor's Commission on the City of South Fulton, thank you so much for your service. Thank you so much for your hard work. Thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate all that you have done. Thank you very much. Now the time has come for the official oaths of office for the new City of South Fulton Mayor and Council. The officials were elected on April 18th and will serve a full four-year term. To facilitate the administration of oath is the Honorable Kathleen Tina Robinson, the Fulton County Clerk of Superior Court. Madam Clerk will be joined by a special guest who she will introduce to assist in the swearing-in ceremony. For the families who have stood alongside these amazing 8 individuals, we want you to be a part of this process as well. So when your family member's name is called, if you would please make your way up the steps or make your way up the side to stand right here with them as they take their oath of office. And just a couple of minutes for the paparazzi to take a couple of photos. And then council members and mayor, after you are given your oath, you will then have a seat, and we will hear from you a little bit later. Are you all ready? Yes. That didn't sound like it. Are you all really ready? Here it is.
Good morning.
Good morning.
To God be the glory. For the things that He has done. Good morning. I'm Kathleen Tina Robinson, your clerk of Fulton Superior and Magistrate Courts. And it is my honor to be here with you today on this very special day. As your official record keeper, I am thrilled to be a part of this historic day for our county and this new city. For the newly elected officials, please feel free to call on me or my staff at any time should you need our assistance. And I congratulate you all. Just a few instructions before we get started. When each of your names are called, you will come forward. As for the person you have chosen to administer your oath. As you're sworn in, you will face the audience and you will raise your right hand. The person administering the oath will state the oath in a few words in small bites and you will repeat after them. In the line that it asks for your new office, you will give your title and district. Once you have completed your oath, you will return to your seat. So let's get started. We will begin with a fabulous young man, our mayor-elect, Mr. William Edwards.
As the family is assembling, I will also say good morning to you, and I have to tell you, Mr. Mayor-elect, soon to be mayor of the new city of South Fulton, what a tremendous honor and privilege it is for me to have the opportunity to administer the oath. I am a member of a resident of Council District 2,
And so I too live in the city, and I am looking forward to extraordinary things in the days and years to come. And so if you will raise your right hand, place your left hand on the Bible, and repeat after me. I, please state your full name, do solemnly swear that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of Mayor of the City of South Fulton, and that I will endeavor to promote the interests and property of the City of South Fulton to the best of my skill and abilities, without fear, favor, or affection. I further swear that I will observe and uphold the provisions of the Charter and the ordinances of the City of South Fulton in all respects, and that I will support and defend the Constitution of the State of Georgia and the Constitution of the United States. So help me God. Congratulations.
Okay, thank you very much, paparazzi.
Will be sworn in by a man that I have known for a long time, and he is a true example, not just for lawyers and judges to follow, but for each of us. He's a mentor to many, and he has made a huge impact in the lives of all people. The Honorable Justice Benham.
And as our family members are getting situated, family members, when you know that your family member is getting ready to take their oath, if you would please make your way to the stage, that would be very helpful.
Madam Clerk, thank you for this opportunity to participate in the swearing-in ceremony. Since we have several people to swear in, I will make my comments only once, and then I'll administer oath. To those being sworn in, let me give you words of caution. Some 35 years ago, I participated in a similar ceremony, that is, swearing in a new city council person. This is historic for me because 35 years ago, I swore in my daddy on the city council. And he was sworn in a town where only 8% of the people even looked like him. And today it shows how far we have come as a city and a state. But the oath you take today is similar to the oath that he took 35 years ago. This oath sets a floor in terms of what you must do and what you cannot do. But this oath does not set a ceiling in terms of what you must do. And that is, the law is the lowest level of acceptable conduct in a civilized society. So seek not to set the lowest level of your standard of conduct. Do that which is proper, that which is legal, that which is right, and more importantly, that which is morally right. That is the compass that you should set for your activities. Be mindful of the fact that just because the law allows you to do it, doesn't mean that you should do it. With those cautionary remarks, would you now raise your right hand and repeat after me? I, and state your name, do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States and of the state of Georgia, and that I will in all respects observe the provisions of the Charter and the ordinances of the city of South Fulton, that I will faithfully discharge the duties of my respective office. Okay. And that I will, to the best of my ability, endeavor to promote the interest and the property of this city without fear, favor, or affection. So help me God. Congratulations, Mr.
We will have District Council 2 member-elect, Ms. Carmelita Gums.
solemnly swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States and of the state of Georgia, and that I will in all respects observe the provisions of the Charter and the ordinances of the city of South Fulton,
Fulton,
that I will faithfully
and I will faithfully
discharge the duties of the office of the City Council,
and discharge the duties of the office of the City Council,
and that I will,
and I will,
to the utmost of my skill and
to
ability,
the utmost of my skill,
endeavor to promote the interest and property
the interest and property
of said city
of the said city,
without fear,
without fear,
favor,
favor,
or affection.
or affection.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
District 3 Council Member-elect, Ms. Helen Z. Willis.
Are you ready to take the oath of office? Repeat after me. I, and state your name,
I, Helen Z. Willis,
solemnly swear
solemnly swear
or affirm
or affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and of the state of Georgia,
and of the state of Georgia,
and that I will in all respects
and that I, in all respects,
observe the provisions of the Charter
observe the provisions of the Charter
and the ordinances
and the ordinances
of the City of South Fulton,
of the City of South Fulton,
that I will faithfully discharge my duties
and that I will faithfully discharge my duties
on the office of the City Council of District 3 of the offices of District 3 of the City,
of the office of District 3 City Council,
and that I will, to the utmost of my skill
and I will, to the utmost of my skill
and ability,
and ability,
endeavor to promote
the
interest and property
the interest and property
of said city
of said city,
without fear,
without fear,
favor,
favor,
or affection.
or affection.
God.
So help me God.
Congratulations and best wishes.
Okay, we're halfway there. Next is District 4, Council Member-elect, Ms. Naima Gilbert.
Are you ready to take the oath? Repeat after me, please. I, and state your name, solemnly swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States and that I, in all respects, will observe the provisions of the Charter and the ordinances of the City of South Fulton, that I will faithfully discharge the duties of said office, and that I will, to the utmost of my ability, endeavor to promote the interest and property of said city without fear, favor, or affection. So help me God. Congratulations again.
Okay. We now welcome District 5 Councilmember-elect, Miss Rosie Jackson. Are you ready to take the oath? Repeat after me, please. I, and state your name, solemnly swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States and of the state of Georgia, and that I will, in all respects, observe the provisions of the Charter and ordinances of the City of South Fulton, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of said office, and that I will, to the utmost of my skill and ability, endeavor to promote the interest and property of said city without fear, favor, or affection. So help me God. Congratulations.
as these family members are making their way back to their seats, the District 6 Council member-elect, Council 6 member-elect, Khalid Kamawu.
Are you ready to take the oath? Repeat after me. I, and state your name, solemnly swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States and of the state of Georgia, and that I will, in all respects, observe the provisions of the Charter and ordinances of the City of South Fulton, that I will faithfully discharge the duties of said office, and that I will, to the utmost of my skill and ability, endeavor to promote the interest and property of said city without fear, favor, or affection. So help me God. Congratulations and blessings.
Okay. Last but certainly not least, District 7 Council member-elect, Mr. Mark Baker. Okay, are you ready to take the oath? Repeat after me.
I, and state your name,
I, Mark E.
solemnly swear
solemnly swear
or affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States
to support the Constitution of the United States
We'll start it over. Repeat after me. I, and state your name,
I, Mark E.
solemnly swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and of the state of Georgia, and that I will in all respects
and I will in all respects
observe the provisions
affirm the provisions
of the Charter and ordinances of the City of South Fulton,
of the City of South Fulton,
that I will faithfully discharge the duties of said office, and that I will, to the best of my ability, endeavor to promote the interest and property of said city without fear, favor, or affection. So help me God. Congratulations.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Thank you, Honorable Kimberly Esmond Adams from the Fulton County Superior Court. And thank you, don't know if you caught this, Georgia Supreme Court Justice Robert Banneker. At this moment, they've been sworn in, but we really need to have a call to service. Here to give us our call to service is Dr. Craig L. Oliver Sr., Senior Pastor at the Elizabeth Baptist Church.
Good morning to each of you. We certainly honor Honorable Mayor William Bill Edwards and the entire City Council, and to those who serve in various capacities of public service, and to each and every one of you. What a joy it is to partake and participate in such an awesome historical event, witnessing the experiencing of a city coming into formation, moving from an idea to now the fulfillment of a vision. They have received and have accepted their oaths. The question now is, how do we move forward as leaders and even as citizens? When I was called to give this quick call to service, being who and what I am, a preacher, unapologetically one who embraces the Word of God, my mind began to think through various passages that would reflect this whole call to service. Thought about a group of people that were deracinated from Jerusalem, uprooted that is. And now came foreign citizens in a new city. Babylon is the place. under the leadership of a man by the name of Nebuchadnezzar. They have high hopes and high dreams of moving from this place of exile back to a place of freedom, hoping that their duration and suffering would be short-term. But Jeremiah says something otherwise. They're in a new city, a new context. And here is what Jeremiah says to people. Thus saith the Lord God, the God of Israel, unto all that have been carried away captives, whom I have caused to be carried away from Jerusalem to Babylon, build ye houses, dwell in them, plant gardens, and eat the fruit thereof. Take ye wives, beget sons and daughters, and take wives for your sons, and give your daughters to husbands, that they may bear sons and daughters, that ye may be increased there, and not diminished. Verse 7, seek the peace of the city, where I have caused you to be carried away as captives. Pray unto the Lord for it, for the peace of it, and so shall ye have peace. There's at least three things that I believe the text is telling to teach us as it relates to this whole call to service. First thing that we see is a call to invest. They're in a new context, a new setting, a new city, if you would, for them. And here is what Jeremiah says to them. Invest, plant gardens, build communities, invest, engage in urban renewal. He says invest because it is in this said city that your sons and daughters will ultimately get married, but even beyond that, a new generation will come behind you. Be mindful not just of your present obligations, but rather the ramifications of your decisions on the future generation. He says invest. Economic empowerment. He said not only must you invest, but there's a second point that we see in the text. It says be involved. Unfortunately, the attitude of apathy arrests many of us, causing us to sit on the sideline, as has been stated earlier, giving our assessments of problems but never participating and being involved to become a solution to the problems. He says, no, be involved, be involved. Anyone can do a critical analysis of problems, but the real question is, can you be a solution strategist? Can you be involved? That is really what the responsibility that has been placed upon our mayor and our city council, to be involved, to be engaged. I was so delighted, even during the tragic accident that just took place not too far from where we gathered, to see our mayor on the scene, involved, concerned. Not just invest, not just be involved, but here's the piece, intercede. It says, man, pray for the city. Pray for the city. Now let me quickly explain this whole concept of spiritual discipline of prayer. He says, in other words, pray for one another, P-R-A-Y for one another. Don't pray on each other, P-R-E-Y. Pray. The election has happened, the results are obvious. Peace. Move on, and let's build a city that we can be proud of. Pray for the city. And if my people which are called by my name shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven. I'll forgive their sins, and I will heal their land. God bless.
Thank you, Pastor Oliver. Timely word, would you agree? And now the time to hear from the leaders of your new city of South Fulton with their first official mini address. They've all agreed to keep their comments brief because, again, ladies and gentlemen, we've got business to take care of right after this ceremony. So we begin with your mayor, Mayor Bill Edwards. Morehouse College alum and graduate of the Atlanta School of Law. He has lived in South Fulton for over 30 years and served as Fulton County Commissioner for 14 years. He implemented numerous youth programs while on the Board of Commissioners, including the Youth Leadership Academy for boys and girls. He also created the long-standing Fulton County Citizens University, where residents got a 12-week first-hand interactive look at just how their tax dollars are spent. He says he loves politics, but he loves those kids and grandkids even more. Help us to welcome your mayor, the Honorable William Bill Edwards.
Thank all of you for being here today. It's been a long journey, and it's culminated into something good. I want to thank Shiny Chambers for all that she's done on the spur of the moment. And my dear Morehouse brother, Mr. Duke Bradley, principal of this school. Thank you so much. Pastor Warren Henry, who many years ago I was on the Board of Commission. I said, we got something missing in South Fulton. We don't have a chaplain. And I reached out to Warren Henry, and he's been our chaplain to this day. And to Tina Robinson, who keeps me out of trouble, even as early as a month ago. Thank you so much, Tina, and the work that your office does. And to my brother, Craig Oliver, who just delivered a message that we all can stand on. Thank you so much for always being there. How many times can I say thank you to the commission for all that you have done and for keeping us up day and night? Feeding us chicken, giving us water, just to keep us going. Thank you so much for the transition commission. Now let me not tarry, because they told me I had only about a few minutes. But all of you know me, I probably did a lot in a few minutes. First of all, this is a wonderful day for everybody. I hold this day up to God. For He be the glory for where we are today. And after I have said that, I have to moralize the day even further with two people who never had a formal education. He's the boy from Fort Lauderdale. Gussie Edwards. WDs. Thank you. But without you, I can hear my mother saying, I can't pay for my house, no more house. They probably know some things I will probably become, and I'm just glad for them. So many people think I look over the audience. That have helped me so much. Thank you to each one of you who picked up a sign, got on the phone, who did anything to help this campaign. Let me publicly thank all of you for truly what you have done. I want to thank also the men of Alpha Phi Alpha, my fraternity.
Thank you, Paul.
There's so many things that is easy. And I want to thank another fraternity who stood by me religiously, and that's the men of Omega Psi. You know, Pastor, you took the words from me, and as I look over these people, so many people that I've had so many informal meetings with, Ms. Judy Henson, thank you for the cakes at Christmas. Thank you for the, thank you for your house, Ms. Henson, every Christmas to everybody to get all the cakes and food you want. Over and Dark to Edmund, for keeping me on track, for calling me every day and telling me what I did wrong. Mr. T, for keeping me engaged and always asking me to speak at the AARP meeting. I don't know why he did that, I was much younger. Other people like QLS and to Harold Reed and others who stood by me, not just did things, to call me on the phone and tell me what I should and should not do. And to my buddies, now I don't know if I should tell y'all because y'all find out where I am. To my buddies at Cigar Road, who not only supported me, raised money for me, and spread the word each and every day. And thank you to all of you elected officials who stood by me. I see Tracy and I see Joe Karn and others who just stood by me all of the way. I want to tell you that I really, really appreciate it. Now let me just say this, and I'll sit down. The songwriter Hezekiah Walker said, Pastor, I need you to survive. And ladies and gentlemen, we can't do this by ourselves. We need you to survive. We may have come here on different boats, but we're on the same ship now. So it's time to put the foolishness aside. If we want to be what everybody up here came up and told you that we need to be, it's time for us to put the foolishness aside. Be about the business of our city. Be about the business of our children. And be about the business of our families. And those are some things that all of us have in common. And we have to be an embracing city. One that says, you may not be my child, but you are my child. One that says, if you don't have anything, I have something for you. The kind of city we knew for those who are in my age group, when you had to be in before the lights went out. The kind of city that demanded the best from its citizens. We got to continue to do that. And we can, and we will do it. It's been a long, hard journey for me in this race. But I remember the great philosopher Michelle Obama. And she said these words. When you go low, when you go low, we go high. Well, if any of you are on the low end, it's time to elevate yourself. Pastor said it good. In the passage, the line, turn away from your wicked way. Embrace what we have. Thank you for this opportunity. And thank you to my family, my kids, and my sister. She came up to hold that Bible. You know she's 84 years old. She's kind of spry. More spry than I am. I thank all my family that came up here today. They've always been supportive. I'm ready to go to work. Are you ready to go to work? Are you ready to go to work? And if you're ready to go to work, do me one thing. Stand up and shake somebody's hand and say, I'm ready. Stand up and hug somebody and say, I'm ready. Glory.
only Paul Howard would come up on the stage. He said, you gotta go to work. You gotta go to work. Thank you, Mr. DA. All right, District 1 Council Member, Ms. Catherine Rowell. South Fulton started her public servant career as an intern in the city of Atlanta during the third term of the late Mayor Jackson in the Mayor's Office of Constituent Affairs. She's an alum of Cleveland State University, where she obtained dual bachelor degrees in social work and sociology and received her master's and doctorate degrees from Clark Atlanta University. She's passionate about public safety, health and well-being, economic development, and government transparency. Please welcome the Honorable Catherine Rowell.
I stand here very humbled today to serve as your first elected councilwoman for District 1. First, giving honor to God who has sustained me on this journey and will sustain not only me but my fellow council persons as we stand up this great city. I want to acknowledge first and foremost my parents, because without them there would be no me. I also want to acknowledge my sister, my brother-in-law, Mr. Rao, and my daughter, Paige Rao, for your patience during this time. You made many sacrifices and we were able to keep everything together. So I appreciate you and I thank you for being the greatest members of my fan club. Thank you so much. I want to thank my extended family, and many of them are here today. Those who worked with me on this campaign, who knocked on doors, made calls, and just worked tirelessly. I want to thank Kim Dove, the Scott family, the Jackson family, the Britton family, the Royal family, so many of you who just stepped up and rolled up your sleeves and said you do whatever. I thank you. I'm eternally grateful for your vote of confidence. And for all the residents of District 1, I do not take it lightly that you cast that vote for me. I will be working hard every day that I'm sitting on this seat to make sure we have the greatest city ever. And thank you.
District 2 Council Member Ms. Carmelita Gomes. She learned about hard work from watching her determined parents firsthand work multiple jobs to make ends meet for her and her siblings. And it was then that Ms. Gomes decided to outwork her peers to achieve. She graduated magna cum laude from Norfolk State in Virginia and holds master's degrees in business administration and health administration. The single mom has long had a passion for social work and has advocated for low-income communities. And she spent time in local government and has helped to set policies to attract economic development in deserving communities. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Honorable Carmelita Gomes.
Hello, everyone. Wow. Goodness. First, I want to give honor to God for being here today. This is so overwhelming. I am so humbled to stand in front of you. I said I wasn't going to cry, so I'm not. But I'm very passionate, and I'm glad to be here today. I also want to thank my family for coming all the way from Virginia. My mother, my sisters, and they all worked on the campaign from Virginia as well. My nieces, my brother-in-law, my friends, all of you all, thank you so much. I want to give a special shout out to my daughter, Carrington. She endured a lot on this campaign, but we talked about it before it even happened, and she said, Mommy, go for it. And I am so honored to stand in front of you to remember to tell you, believe in yourself. Do whatever it is that you want to do, because you can do it. Okay, and I hope that I can set the most positive example for you, and I will continue to do that. I love you. Now, back to business. Believe in our city. Believe in South Fulton. I am counting on you, not just just District 2, but all over the city. We have a great council here. We're going to work together. We got a lot of work to do, and we can do it. Trust in us. We're going to get past all of the ruckus, but we're here to work for you. So I ask for all of us to come together. We unite. Thank you. I love you too. We will unite, and we will make you proud. So again, thank you all. I'm not going to take up all your time, but for even coming out here today. Thank you. And District 2 former candidates, thank you so much. We love you. Hi, Denise. We love you too.
District 3 Council Member Ms. Helen C. Willis. She's lived in District 3 for over a decade, and she wants you to know she has been active in her community since day one. The Savannah State University alum began working for the Georgia Department of Labor and advanced in various roles. With a master's degree in accounting and financial management, she has served in leadership roles in various civic and political organizations. She's been working hand in hand with Fulton Police and the DA's office with the Safer Communities Task Force and is well known in the Fulton County Democratic Party. Help me to welcome the mom and wife of 28 years, the Honorable Helen C. Willis.
Good afternoon. I stand here very blessed, and I want to thank God for ordering His steps in my life. I want to thank my husband for supporting my passion to serve my community. I want to thank our children for supporting me on the campaign trail, especially our daughter Nadia, who is a senior this year and who's unselfishly shared some of her senior moments and campaigned with my entire team. I am grateful for the support of my extended family and the family in my hometown, seaport of Savannah. I am grateful to my parents for being great role models, and thank you to my dad for surprising me and making it from Savannah to celebrate this day with me. I'm full because my mother called me yesterday and said she could not make it because she was very ill. So I am going to say thank you to my mother, because my mother was my first love, and my mother is the person who instilled everything that I am today. I am most importantly want to say thank you to District 3 residents for believing in my leadership. And I am going to need you. I am going to need you to work with me in a collaborative spirit. It does not matter if you voted for the city. It does not matter if you did vote for the city. What matters is that we work together collaboratively to make us a great city and to make us a prosperous district. I want to thank my South Metro Democratic Women's Council sisters for supporting my candidacy. I want to thank all the elected officials who stood by me and supported me outwardly and behind the scenes. I want to thank specifically Roger Bruce for mentoring me over the past 6 years and teaching me political etiquette. He pinched my arm a lot during the process. I want to thank Senator James. She lives in my district. Senator James mentored me through the legislative process. And I want to thank former State Rep LaDon Blackett-Jones for teaching me how to lobby. I was the only person, the only one who registered to be a lobbyist during the General Assembly process as a resident, and it was not an easy task. District 3, you deserve to have a leader who is going to be fiscally responsible and transparent. You deserve to have a leader who cares about your public safety in your community, at your parks, and at your gas stations. You deserve a leader who is going to insist that we live in a clean community. So, as your inaugural council rep, those are my priorities, and I will work with my mayor and my peers on city council to deliver those promises. Those are the promises that I campaign on, and those are the promises that I plan to deliver. And I will need your help So stay tuned for the task force that will be available for you to join me in making this community a safe, clean, and prosperous community. Thank you.
District 4 Council Member Ms. Naima Gilliard. With almost 40 years in Metro Atlanta and 13 years in South Fulton, she has served on the Fulton County Community Zoning Board and the South Fulton Parkway Alliance, among other civic organizations. The Temple University alum, majored in accounting and business education, and holds a master's in health services administration. For a decade, she was an internal operations auditor at Emory University and Emory Hospital. She is going to be serious about the money, y'all. Please help me to welcome the Honorable Naima Gilliard.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much. I am so tired and worn out from knocking on doors and being with my campaign manager, Joel Johnson, who said, get out of the car and walk, or stay in the car and wave. There are so many of you out in the audience that helped, and if it wasn't for you, I would not be here. And I thank you so much. The journey has just begun. As I was driving out today to come here, one of my neighbors had a lot of stuff in his driveway. And I said, oh my God, I hope he's not moving. So I asked him, I said, are you moving? He said, no, we're cleaning out the garage. He said, I have a long list of things for you to do. And I said, no, you don't. You have a long list of things for us to do. And so, District 4, I said it on the campaign trail, I'm not doing this by myself. I can't do it by myself. I will need you. I will need your ideas, and we've already started. And I just want to say, even though we don't have it all nailed down, there will be a District 4 open house next Saturday from 1 to 9. Come all day long. Talk. There's going to be a suggestion box. When you put a suggestion in that box, tell us how you're going to help solve whatever it is. Okay? We're going to work together. We have 8 different personalities here, and we're all trying to learn each other, but we're going to be okay. Because the bottom line of all of it is that we have one goal. What's that? The city, to make it the best city, not just in Georgia or even in the United States. Let's show people how we do a city. Okay? Thank you.
District 5 Council Member Ms. Rosie Jackson. Ms. Jackson has lived in Fulton County for over 35 years. She has a proven record of commitment and involvement in the community with our children, our seniors, our mental health and disabled populations. She's advocated for adequate transportation with MARTA, with our Fulton County and city leaders, to service our South Fulton community in Union City. She was instrumental in removing unsavory businesses out of Union City, and y'all, she says, Old National, you are next. She's also serious about reducing crime, promoting economic development, keeping service delivery high and taxes low. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Honorable Rosie Jackson.
I'm sure it's afternoon now, but good afternoon, and I left my glasses. Thank you, Tony, for providing me with these. But I'd like to thank the Commission for all the constant wear and tear and listening to my spouts or whatever doing the last couple of weeks. And I would like to thank my council, because as you see, if you've heard the credentials of most of them, I am the least of them, but God. I'd like to thank the commission once again, and I'd like to thank my homeowners association, Melanie Manor, and the Fairwood Homeowners Association for standing by me during this process. I would like to thank my family for believing in me when others didn't understand. And this last time, my daughter even said, Mama, have you prayed about it? But Habakkuk 2 and 3 says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time. But at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, and it shall speak. I started this journey 20 years ago. I ran for state senate, and I didn't win. And I ran again, and I'm like, okay, God, did you tell me this, or what is going on? But it was for such a time as this. It was 20 years ago that I started out. And this is the time that God set forth for me to go for it. But I would just like to say thank you for the opportunity to serve you. And as she did read, Old National, we're next. Because the bottom line, I want to be able to remain age in my community. I can't move. I don't want to move. And I'm going to be here. And seniors, I'm here for you. Developmentally disabled, I'm here for you. These programs we already set on my own. So with the city behind me, oh, we got it going on. Thank you. And God bless.
District 6 Council Member Khalid Kamal. Was born in the city of South Fulton. The college-educated leader has been organizing since he was just 13 years old. He was 13 when he staged his first demonstration. He's been a defender of the working poor, women, the LGBT community, and the environment. The Black Lives Matter organizer, was a Democratic National Convention delegate for Bernie Sanders, and is leading a generation of young activists from protest to politics. Ladies and gentlemen, help me in welcoming the Honorable Khalid Kamal.
Well, giving honor to God, who is the head of my life, and my parents, most especially my mother, Elsie Redden, who's out there today, who used to take my brother Mike and I to her job at Grady Clinic on Bankhead. And she'd tell us, to whom much is given, much is expected. So thank you, Mom and Dad, for always expecting the best of me. And now I'm going to ask you all to expect the best of yourselves. To, as Bell Hooks describes in her work Salvation, to engage in a revolutionary act of political resistance, of self-love. We're going to create a city that works for working class people. We're going to create a city that invests in our young people before they get into trouble. And we are going to create a city with a table big enough for everyone to have a seat. Power to the people. The revolution continues.
And finally, District 7 Council Member Mark Baker. The Dillard University alum and former Clark Atlanta University professor is an advocate for public safety. The retired Fulton County Schools Resource Officer has also served as a certified instructor of law enforcement officers for response training when dealing with weapons of mass destruction by FEMA and Homeland Security. The Fulton County Citizens University graduate is committed to working with young men and has served on the My Brother's Keeper initiative with Fulton County Chairman John Eves, a program spearheaded by former President Barack Obama. Please help me to welcome the Honorable Mark Banneker.
I've been doing this since I was little. David, I don't have anything prepared, so I have to just speak radically honest and from my mind and from my heart. I really want to thank the transition team for putting up with us, listening to recommendations all of this time, and knowing that we have to move forward, making decisions based off your recommendations. I appreciate all of your time, effort, and energy in dealing with us and our dysfunction at times. I would like to thank Mayor and Council, because this has been a rough week for us. I started out the very next day with a 3 and a 5-year-old being shot in the jump house in my district. And they're okay. They're okay. And we had a rally on Thursday, and Mayor and Council all attended that as well. So we're on the brink of great things, and I have to go straight to my mom and say thank you, Mom, for everything. My mom raised myself and my brother over there, and she's, we're living testimonies of what change can do. My brother, who's here all the way from New Jersey, was stabbed in a gang fight, and I was right there. And he's the principal of a school in New Jersey right now. Again, thank you, family. Thank you, Mom, for cooking every night after canvassing with my brother Yusuf. Thank you for being one of the best people I know, best people in the world, hands down. Thank you for getting up with me and walking from 1 to 8, being retired. That's what's kept me at everybody's doors. So as an outsider who no one knew, Yusuf helped you guys know who I am, and I'm extremely grateful for you, brother. District 7, I stand before you in this city as someone who 11 years ago thought I knew what I was going to do with my life, and it wasn't to be here. I stand before you as someone who 11 years ago started teaching current issues in African American Studies at Clark Atlanta University, and 2 years ago retiring from Fulton County Schools Police Department, where I learned at the schools, especially Renaissance Middle School, that you can't teach a child you don't love, you can't teach a child you don't understand, and you can't teach a child that you're afraid of. This is probably the first time I'm saying that without a clock moving in the back of a room, but the reality of it is, those 21 people who lost their lives, I knew all of them except for one, personally. So when this candle was lit, it resonated in me because these were people who I gave my time, my energy to. Isaiah Gregory was one of the young men in my program, Brothers United, who after I retired, I went back into Renaissance Middle School last year, every Monday from August until May, with him and another group of 25 young men. So, strategic community engagement is going to be what we need. We have to stand up as men. I thank my wife, I thank my son, I thank my daughter Marley, thank my son MJ for following in my footsteps at 9 years old, making those robocalls and being just as great as he could be. And what I'm going to do for you is what I need every man in this audience to do for not just their own son, because it takes a village. I'm going to need you to step up, and I'm going to need you to be great examples. We're just a council, so we need your help. Beyond that, as an outsider, I can say and be radically honest that I understand what's going on in South Fulton County.
and I'm going to tell it. I'm going to be your voice, and I'm going to stand for you. I do understand, and I inwardly digest that miseducation and economic castration is the mother and father of crime and dysfunction in our community. And we're going to change that. So, as the last speaker, because we have stuff to do, I want you in South Fulton to just stand up on your feet and give yourself a round of applause just for embracing the chaos of change in our community and moving forward and being great. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, your city of South Fulton Mayor and City Council, please give them a round of applause. As we prepare to wrap up today's ceremony, you may have a seat. I desperately tried to get this thing started at 10 o'clock, but 10:06, we did all right. We did all right. And I was desperately trying to finish it at noon, so let's wrap it up. We have a meeting to set up for right after this. So we'd like to recognize some of the elected officials and appointed officials. Will each of you stand? Time is long and I can't acknowledge you one by one, but those elected and appointed officials who are still here, it's really good to see you. Council members, great to see you guys. Thank you all for your support. State reps, good to see you. Thank you so much. It's really good to see you all. We'd also like to thank some important people, Fulton County government, fire and police. Thank you so much. Thank you. Fulton County Board of Education, Banneker High School. Y'all are just awesome. Thank you. South Fulton Chamber, you came through for me. Thank you very much. As did Georgia Power, Decatur Atlanta Printing, Taylor Rose Catering. Go and enjoy yourselves. Pizzazz Balloons. Thank you, Steve. You flout the florist. Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, East Point College Park. Thank you for getting my back and serving as hostesses. And the volunteers and friends of the city of South Fulton. We just want to thank all of you today. I also want to thank the Union City Mayor who sent over members of his staff. Thank you so much, Cindy. Thank you, Taria. We appreciate you all. We'd also just really like to thank the Fountain of Youth Orchestra based in South Fulton who played on your way in. God bless the arts. And finally, a special musical tribute to the new mayor and council from vocalist Marissa Sebastian and company as she come. Following the tribute, we will hear the benediction from Dr. Lewis Allen, director, who is here from the Enid Baptist Church. And to all of the people of South Fulton, congratulations. Thank you so much. Thank you for calling me on Tuesday and asking me to pull this together by Saturday. Thank you all. Yes, sir. I love having a team. They're going to make sure I get it all in. Thank you all for allowing me to be a part of this. I'm over 50 and my parents still come to every little thing I do. Thank you, parents, for coming. Thank you. My husband was here, but he had to go. But thank you all so very much. We want you to know that there will be a brief council meeting right after the ceremony, and we need to turn the stage around. You are welcome to stay. The council wants you to stay and be a part of their first meeting. And I just say, God bless the city of South Fulton. Thank you all for having me. I feel like I wouldn't be doing my job as the resident millennial if I didn't take a selfie with the mayor.
Before I start, I want to thank you guys for inviting me to minister to you and to the new city through your song. As the mayor so aptly said, we need each other to survive. And so I know that a large number of you know this song, so sing along with us, okay?
We're all a part of God's body. Stand with me. Agree with me. We're all a part of God's body. It is His will that every need be supplied. You are important to me. I need you to survive. You are important to me. I need you to survive. Come on, sing that with me, okay? Sing that again. I need you. You need me. We're all a part of God's body. Stand with me. Agree with me. We're all a part of God's body. It is His will that every need be supplied. You are important to me. I need you to survive. You are important to me. I need you to survive. I pray for you. You pray for me. I love you. I need you to survive. I won't harm you with words from my mouth. I love you. I need you to survive. I pray for you. You pray for me. I love you. I need you to survive. I won't harm you with words from my mouth. I love you. I need you to survive. I pray. You pray for me. I love you. I need you to survive. I won't harm you with words from my mouth. I love you. I need you to survive. It is His will that every need be supplied. You are important to me. I need you to survive. You are important to me. I need you to
Let us all stand. Amen. Council, bring the greetings on behalf of our illustrious pastor, Reverend Dr. Gregory O'Connor, who is the student pastor at the Baptist Church. We began these ceremonies with prayer it's only fitting that we close out with prayer. Would you bow with me in a word of prayer? Our Father and our God, we thank you today for the privilege of coming into your presence on this historic occasion for the new city of South Fulton. We thank you for your gracious hand which has preserved us as a city, community, and nation. We praise you for the peaceful continuity of government that is this inauguration represents today. We ask you today, Heavenly Father, that you would inspire us, forgive us, help us to progress, Lord God, help us to confirm, and where there has been success, we ask that you give us humility and teach us to follow your instructions more closely, to give to all those who you have entrusted leadership today a desire to seek your will and to do it. God of our ancestors and Lord of mercy, you have made all things, and in your providence have charged us to rule the creatures, Lord God, that you have produced by you, to govern the world in holiness and righteousness, and to render judgment with integrity of heart. Give us wisdom as your servants, that we may grasp what is pleasing to you. Today we are especially grateful for this inauguration, marking a new beginning in our journey as people and as a nation. We pray that you will bless the mayor and the elected leaders of this land with your life-giving spirit. Fill them with a love of truth and righteousness, that they may serve you and this city ably and are glad to do your will. Endow their hearts with your spirit of wisdom, that they may lead us. Sustain them as they lead us to exercise our privileges and responsibilities as citizens and residents of this city, that we may all work together. Strengthen their resolve. May they lead us to become, in the words of Martin Luther King, members of a beloved community, loving our neighbors as ourselves, so that all of us may more closely come to fulfill the promise of our founding fathers, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We pray right now, Lord God, that you will bless every elected official. God, I declare your blessings to pour upon our Mayor, Bill Edwards, and all the newly elected officials of South Fulton. Bless them, their families, and their administration. I declare that no weapon formed against them shall prosper. God, forgive us for becoming so ensnared in petty partisan and politics that we miss your glory and block our purpose. Give us a clean heart so that we may have clean agendas, clean priorities and programs. Teach us to love our neighbors. Give to all our leaders the vision of what you desire America and this city of South Fulton to become, and the wisdom to accomplish it. Allow the city of South Fulton to be a blessing to this community, to the state of Georgia, America, and the world. Help us to advance and change lives for the better. We pray all for who bear responsibility of leadership in this city. We ask that as a people, we may humble ourselves before you to seek your will for our lives and for this great city. Lead us in building this house, a city that is safe, clean, prosperous, and economically sound. Help us in our city to work as never before, to strengthen our economy and our families, and to give our children hope and a moral foundation for the future. So may our desire be to serve you, and in doing so, we serve one another. This we pray in the name of the Father, In the name of the Son and in the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Reception in the hall. Council members, we'll have our meeting in just about 15 minutes or so. Okay? All right, we need to turn the page. Thank you all for coming.